What is up, guys? Beef and Dirty Mike back with another reaction video for a Sixers post game here. We get to celebrate a good win and finally the end of this long road trip. 4-1. How would you have felt at the beginning if we told you 4-1?
I would take it absolutely, especially on the road. The way they started out was rocky, but everything fell into place. Foods and after these last several games with it just being total offensive juggernaut, it's a new league. Foods. They ain't gonna be like it was in the mid and early '90s with defense, 90-point games and shit like it was back then. Man, this
No,
is
but
it. This is
it was nice to see, though. I've been a little bit worried the last three games. They've been giving up 130, 135 points a game, and they've been having to score 140 to win it. So to actually hold a team under 100 points, albeit, Minnesota didn't shoot very well tonight, but, it was definitely good to see a little bit better of a defensive effort from them. And they finished the second quarter strong on a 15-2 run because it was a close game up until the end of the second quarter, and then they kind of blew it open towards the end, and then they maintained it and actually were a +6 in the third quarter. So, uh, you
good.
know,
About
the
time.
yeah, I feel like we've been talking about it nonstop about how third quarters have just been killing us, letting teams, pull away from us, get back in the game. So
Mhm.
this was a good team win tonight, a little bit shorthanded. Harden didn't play tonight, so Embiid, really had to pick up the slack, and boy, did he ever, man.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
killed
Harden's
him.
had some soreness, right? What was going
Yeah,
on? I was listening on the radio, so I was out with we had Ma Duke's birthday. Shout out to Ma 67 today. We
happy
love you,
birthday,
Burger.
Ma.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
I missed most of the first half, but I called the second half, so I was able to.
No, it was great. Embiid was on fire. 13 for 22,
Yeah, I heard.
39 points in 28 minutes. That doesn't get any more efficient than that.
Yeah, killing it with foul shots, right? What was his foul
Yeah,
shot?
yeah. I'll tell you what. Embiid's always been a good free throw shooter, but this year I feel like especially he's really, really improved even on top of what he already was. I think he already always hovered around like 80%. He's closer to like 86% this year. I think he was 17 for 17 last night and 9 for 9 tonight. I mean, 26 for 26. That's pretty amazing for a guy his size.
Yeah, that's great, and as he progresses, that'll be great as the playoffs occur because I think in the playoffs, defense gets stepped up more. So what you're seeing right now, I don't really think that's going to happen in the playoffs, but I definitely don't. We're not going to see like college level games anymore, like in the mid '80s and the '90s and stuff. Like these scores are here to stay, foods.
Yeah, they absolutely are. But I like that the Sixers nice efficient 15 for 25 from 3-point range for 60%.
That's great. That's nice when they match the other teams because I know that Minnesota they got a winning record, right? I mean, they're not too bad. I know they're great, but they're not too
They're
bad.
they're around they're around 500. They're 34 and 33 now. So they're fighting for that play-in game. If Karl Anthony Towns has been out for a while now, but
Yeah.
they actually only shot 11 for 36 for three for 30%. So we doubled them up
Wow, that's
60% to
great.
30%. Another stat: 22 for 23 free throws, 95%. I mean that's the Sixers are a really good free throw shooting team, and I like seeing that.
That was nice, and it was nice to see Joel eat Rudy Gobert's lunch, dude. He's such a punk ass man. Oh my
He
god.
is. He is a punk ass, and you know what? I never really liked him, but I don't know if you remember that shit that he pulled like right when COVID was first
Hmm.
starting, and he like coughed on the mic and shit like that. He was like the person who like ended the season and did all
Yeah,
that.
that was like 3 years ago. I mean, it's and he's still a jerk. He's still a gibbeline.
He does have a cool nickname, though. I do like the Stifle Tower. That's a pretty cool nickname. Gotta give it to him. I like the nickname.
Yeah, they got some good players on them. I mean, they got Anderson still. They got a few good players on that squad. I'm glad that like McDaniels, like people on our squad are stepping up. Tucker, all those guys. It's looking good, man. It's starting to come together at the right time.
Yeah, I was pissed. I wanted to see McDaniels go against his brother tonight, but every time one of them came in, the other one was coming out. I don't know what the hell that was all about, but I wanted to see them get to play against each other tonight. But
Yeah.
there was a Furkan Korkmaz sighting tonight at the end of the game.
Forget all that. You know that Doc Rivers is on the Timberwolves, right?
Right.
Yeah, that he was playing. What a crazy game! Got brothers, fathers, sons, different teams. This shit's nuts.
Yeah, it is. He didn't put up any points. Austin Rivers only 4 minutes, 0 points. But yeah, that was a yeah, that's definitely like a weird thing. You got brothers, father, son against each other. Yeah, that's odd. I don't think I've ever seen that in a game.
Nah, that's weird. Like that's the last time I ever seen a father son thing was like Ken Griffey Jr. and Senior back in like 1990 when they both hit back to back home runs. Remember
Oh,
that shit, food?
I do remember that. Yeah, that was wild. So tonight we kind of I hate to say it, but we maybe almost got a preview of what maybe next year will be like without Harden. With some of our younger players, and I don't think Minnesota's an elite team by any stretch, but this is kind of gives you an idea of what it could maybe be like. With Embiid, really getting the bulk of the touches, and some of the young guys having to step up. Maxi's really been great the last 5 or 6 games.
Yeah, he's certainly not a zero. I like his number, just zero. I think that's funny.
Yeah,
Not even double zero, food. Just 1-0.
just
But yeah,
one.
he's looking. He stepped up. I think he took a lot of shit personal from that Celtics run, and the little the little losing and the little slide they had like a week or two ago. I think he took that personal, and he did what a mature player is supposed to do: use it as fuel. Step back out onto the court and show us who's boss here.
Yeah, yeah, and
Especially.
it's a shame we're going to probably lose Harden after this year because I'm not a Harden hater, but I definitely don't want to pay him $60 million a year, and I just wish we could bring him back on like somewhat of a team friendly deal. Even if we had to pay him 25 million a year, I don't even want to do that. But I mean, to pay him 50, 60 million a year is just insane.
No, yeah, way too much. I think there was talk about Hurts getting his contract. I know we're talking about basketball, but just an Eagles watch. I think Hurts, they're finally getting something settled with Hurts. So I mean, contracts, it can be worked out, but money is very important, especially when you want to hire, role players. You need guys. You need to pay other guys. It's difficult to manage.
It is difficult to manage, and if you got Embiid making max money, and then you get somebody like Harden, who's definitely on the decline of his career, but he's still good. He's still I think he's an important piece to where if we maybe brought one more piece, besides him, Embiid, Maxi, maybe get rid of Tobias Harris, maybe trade him for a good young player or something, but it's just going to make it too hard to keep Harden with the type of money that somebody's going to give him. I mean, the Sixers aren't going to pay him that, but somebody's going to give him that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, I'm not a Harden hater, but
I'm not
again,
either.
we were talking about this a few weeks ago. We got to start thinking about the team food, and this team cannot get out of the second round. I don't care if they have Shaq. Like, if you're not, if it's 4 years and you're still stuck, like, you might have to think about moving some pieces. And I mean, it's just the way it is. You can't stay in neutral for so many years. You have to move around. You have to do something.
No, no, yeah, you absolutely do. I'll tell you something that was really encouraging tonight. The Sixers out rebounded Minnesota 54-34.
I saw that. It was great. Yeah, +6. They were looking good, man. It's nice to see coming back to back home, back down in Wells Fargo. They actually come back on a winning record, and I think they got some decent. I think Trailblazers, some other teams up ahead. So I mean, yeah, you got the schedule. So I mean, whatever they're doing, whatever Doc's doing. If they got to outscore, they got to outscore. If they got to, rely on Embiid for, free throws, and he's got to play boards and get in there, and they go short, set all that. Like that's what they got to do. You know what I mean? That's just win. I don't care. I want,
once the
yeah,
playoffs starts, it's definitely more of a half court game for sure. Let's look at their upcoming schedule here. We got Portland, we got Washington, a big game
yeah,
in Cleveland, Charlotte, Indiana. Now this is the time at the end of the year when you can kind of pile up wins.
yeah,
With some of the teams that are out of it, but they have a pretty tough rest of the schedule. I think they have about the toughest remaining schedule in the look at the finishing schedule here. They got Golden State, Phoenix, Denver, Dallas, Toronto, Milwaukee, Boston, Miami, Atlanta, and Brooklyn. I mean, that's a murderer's row there.
yeah.
Aside from those last two games, I think are pretty winnable. But
And I just saw that the Bucks took over. I think it's the Celtics and the Bucks just swapped spots in the East. I think.
right
Oh,
now, right
yeah,
now,
double
what
check
we're
the
looking.
standings.
Yeah, okay. Well, no, the Bucks are up by 2.5.
Wow. Yeah, they swapped. It was the Celtics that were up by like a game and a half a week or two ago.
Well, when you win 16 in a row until the Sixers stop them, that'll
Right.
happen. I mean, you're going to
That's
really move up.
right. And
But
we
one
had, and like
over,
I think I texted you last time, we had beaten them in November, so we own all the good tiebreakers. It's going to be great.
yeah. Now I think it's definitely doable to catch Boston, and the importance of getting that number 2 seed is you get 2 series with home field advantage,
Yeah, home
with home
court,
court
exactly.
advantage.
Yep.
So 2 and 3, you don't think it's a big difference between it, but it definitely is. So I mean, Boston's lost 3 in a row, so they're definitely floundering a little bit. And I don't know if you saw the game last night. They had a chance with like a half a second left, 2 free throws on the free throw line, missed both of them, and
Both
then
of
went into overtime and lost. I love seeing it. I fucking
yeah.
loved
Yeah, they
it.
were talking about that on the radio, and I was hearing that. I was like, all right, that's nice. Hey, that's fortuitous for I'll take whatever they want to do and however we can take them.
Yeah, I love seeing it. But overall, a great quality win. We won't keep it going for too long. I know you've had a pretty long day, but it was a great quality win tonight, and we get a little bit of time off, and get back home, and we got a couple winnable games for sure. You want to add anything before we get out of there?
Yeah, 4th and 26, fan. Make sure you keep following because this weekend we got free agency. We have, I believe, next. I think the 15th is the turn of the football year. The NFL's
Yes.
new year starts next week. So keep tuned, keep yourself posted here because we got different. I mean, the combine just ended, so we got plenty of stuff to talk about this next week before the year turns over, the calendar turns over, and we start new, man.
Yeah, now that we're live streaming, we could take some questions, and that's
Yeah.
great. Once it builds up a little bit more to where we get a bunch of people in, these live streams, we can answer questions right on the fly and talk about it right there, which is going to be awesome. It's definitely a lot more enjoyable than just recording videos and putting them out there. So we got a draft party we're going to be planning for the Eagles. We're going to be doing March Madness. We got a lot coming up. I know. Got baseball starting soon, and we'll definitely be talking free agency. A lot of moving pieces within the next couple weeks, and hopefully we get Jalen Hurts locked up before anybody else gets ridiculous money like Daniel Jones today.
Good God in heaven! Oh my God! All right, that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, we'll get into that another time. But we're getting to enjoy a huge Sixers blowout tonight. No, not in question today. No nail biters, and it was
Mhm.
good to see them. Have a good strong third quarter, and then just be able to coast in the fourth quarter with Embiid. All
Yeah,
right,
welcome
guys.
home, boys. Welcome
Absolutely.
home.
Absolutely. I'm actually going to post this on the YouTube as well. So it'll stay as a live stream, but then I'm going to post this for anybody that misses it. And we'll be back with another one soon, guys. Beef, you have a good night. You rest, get a good night's sleep, and we'll be back soon, man.
You too, brother. Have a good week. Later,
All right,
guys.
buddy. Catch you later.